Okay, now we have split functions, str split. So here is the syntax, it splits the strings. So you give the string and then you give the pattern. What it's like the separator character, except that you can have more than one. In separator also you can have more than one letter or one character. Okay, and then you specify how many you want to split the string into how many parts. So you can say one or two. I mean one, not one. One means that you're not splitting anything. So two will be, it will be split into two. So which means the very first occurrence of the pattern will be used. Okay, if you say n equal to 3, then first two occurrences of the pattern will be used. So you will have 3 parts. Okay, so let's store from sentences right 1 to 2. Okay, first 2 lines of the sentences. So let's look at that. So here are the 2 sentences. Okay, now let's say that we want to split, okay, based on space, right? So str split. Okay, so we want to split x. Okay, so the string that needs to be split, and then I have to give a pattern. So the pattern here is just one space. Okay, and then we say n equal to 2. So then each line is split into 2 parts, and str split returns a list. It will split, and then that split content is returned as a list. So that's why you see the first list has 2 parts in it. Okay, the second element of the list has again 2 parts in it. Okay, the very first occurrence of the pattern is used to split, and you get 2 parts. Okay, but if you don't want a list to be returned, okay, and you want a vector to be returned, then you can say simplify equal to true. Simplify equal to true will return, so this is a matrix now. So in the matrix you have first row has 2 elements, 2 columns, the first split value and the second split value. Now if you want n to be 3, then now the pattern is used 2 times. The very first occurrence of the pattern and the second occurrence of the pattern. Okay, so that's split. Str replace and str replace all. Okay, so this is the one that will be very useful for cleaning up. You want to change one letter here or one letter there or one combination of letters. Okay, so the syntax is str replace string pattern and the replacement. Okay, so here we'll apply this to the 2 sentences that we stripped out of sentences. That's x, right? So we say str replace, right? So the string which will be used to replace, and then we say, okay, all right, I want to replace the lowercase s to uppercase s. Okay, so now what happened was, okay, this replaces the very first occurrence. okay, and that's it. So here you see the very first S is changed to uppercase, but not the rest of them. There are two more S's and they are not changed. Okay, so that's your replace. Okay, now if you use replace all, right, str replace all x, okay, then okay, all the S's are now replaced. So that is replacing multiple items. Okay, so this I should put this. Oh, this is okay. So let's replace all. Right now, if you have multiple items to replace, okay, here we replace just one letter, S to capital S, and you have one more to do, then you have to do one more replace code snippet. But if you have multiple things to replace at the same time, then you can prepare a list that tells, that describes what replacements should take place, right? So I say R is C. Now you prepare a vector of elements, okay, so that shows what to be replaced with what, right? So we have, suppose we say canoe equal to, say, boat, and then say smooth equal to slippery, okay, and then say blue equal to green. Then one more, dark equal to light. Okay. So this vector can now be used with str replace okay, so here is the str replace, that replacement, that's what that is. So we say str replace all will replace everything. So X and then R. So now canoe has become boat, and smooth becomes slippery, and blue becomes green, and so on. Okay. All right. So now two more, str trim and str squish. These two functions remove extra white spaces that you may have in string. Okay. So let's see. Suppose we have y equal to, okay, so we put some spaces here. Okay. So now y has extra white spaces all over, right? Okay. Now the trim function, str-trim, then if you say y, I wonder what the okay, I don't have a closing quote there. Okay, so if you use trim str-trim y, the default is left. Okay, the side can be one or the other of these three. So we can say side equal to right. Okay, so got to give it. Okay, both gives you left. Let's see what happens if you give left. Okay, so this must be just one. I don't know why right is not working. Okay, so right is supposed to remove that part. Why it's not working, I have no idea. Both will remove both sides. I don't know why it's not working. It worked in my office. Okay, so maybe you can try this out later. I don't know, is it working for you guys? Left and right is not working? So what? I have a what? That one? That's right. So after the period, there are no. Exactly. After the period, there are no spaces, so it's not working. Absolutely. Yeah. That's. Thank you. All right. So now it will work. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then ST or squish. Okay. This one removes the spaces that's in between. Okay. So squish will, it will remove all the spaces.